If you've ever watched your PCP rifle slowly lose pressure right before a perfect weekend session, you already know how frustrating cheap compressors can be. Some overheat, some sound like a lawnmower exploding in your garage, and some take so long to fill a tank that the excitement completely disappears. So today we're diving into the 7 best PCP air compressors that actually make ownership easier, faster, quieter, and way less stressful. All the links are in the description so you can check out the current prices. Let's dive in. Number 7. GX Pump CS4. The first thing that surprises people here is how weirdly calm this compressor feels while running. Seriously, you expect the usual angry rattling noise that makes neighbors peek through the curtains. But the GX Pump CS4 stays surprisingly controlled and quiet for something pushing this much pressure. What makes it stand out is the 4-stage compression setup combined with water cooling that genuinely feels more serious than those tiny shoebox compressors flooding online marketplaces. You can actually run longer sessions without feeling like the thing is about to melt itself into the table. During a weekend shooting trip, this becomes a huge deal because nobody wants mandatory cooldown breaks every 10 minutes. The filling speed is also noticeably aggressive. Watching a half-liter bottle climb toward 4,500 psi in just minutes feels borderline addictive. There's something satisfying about hearing the motor settle into rhythm while your rifle setup gets ready faster than expected. It does demand a little responsibility, though. The water cooling system means maintenance matters, and beginners who ignore the instructions could shorten its lifespan fast. Tap the link in the description to check it out. Number 6. Tuado A2X. You know that horrible moment when you arrive at a hunting spot and realize you forgot extra cooling equipment or some random adapter cable? Yeah. This compressor basically exists because too many people got tired of that exact disaster. The Tuado A2X keeps things ridiculously simple. No oil, no external water pump, no complicated startup ritual that feels like preparing a small spacecraft. You hit the power button, the cooling fan wakes up automatically, and suddenly the entire experience feels less stressful. That simplicity changes the mood completely. Instead of setting up gear for 15 minutes before even touching your rifle, you just connect the hose and start filling. It's one of those products that quietly removes friction from the hobby, and honestly, those upgrades matter more than flashy marketing. The auto shutoff system is another life. You can set your pressure target, walk away for a moment, grab ammo, organize gear, maybe even complain about the weather with your buddies, and the compressor handles itself without babysitting. Check out the link in the description to see more. Number 5. Tuado A3. There's something strangely satisfying about the built-in wire spool on this compressor. That sounds ridiculous until you've dealt with tangled cables in dirt, grass, or the back of a truck at 6 in the morning before sunrise. The Tuado A3 feels designed by somebody who actually uses PCP equipment regularly. Tiny annoyances are reduced everywhere. The cooling system is automatic, setup is straightforward, and the portability makes outdoor use feel dramatically easier than older compressors that demanded half your garage to operate properly. One thing people immediately notice is the airflow cooling system. Instead of feeling fragile or overheated after one session, the unit stays surprisingly composed. During longer fill cycles, that creates a sense of trust that cheaper compressors struggle to provide. I remember seeing someone refill a rifle beside a muddy ATV trail while everyone else fought with generators and extension cords. Meanwhile, this little compressor sat there quietly doing its job like it had somewhere better to be. That moment alone sold me on its practicality. If you liked it, check it out by clicking the link in the description. Number 4. Goyojo. Some compressors feel intimidating immediately. This one does the opposite. The Goyojo has this approachable, beginner-friendly personality that makes entering the PCP world feel far less complicated than people expect. The compact design helps a lot too. It doesn't dominate your workspace or feel like heavy machinery escaped from a construction site. You can tuck it into a garage shelf, vehicle compartment, or workshop corner without reorganizing your entire life around it. The auto stop feature works beautifully for nervous first-time users. There's something reassuring about setting the target pressure and knowing the machine handles the rest safely, especially when you're still learning how expensive mistakes can become with high-pressure air systems. What surprised me most was how useful this becomes for multiple hobbies. One guy I met used it for PCP rifles during winter and mini dive tanks during summer trips. That flexibility quietly increases its value over time because it doesn't become a one-purpose gadget collecting dust. The cooling fan can get noticeably loud though, not unbearable, but definitely present. I've left the link in the description. Number 3. Vevor. This compressor has the energy of a product that desperately wants to prove itself. And weirdly enough, it kind of does. The Vevor immediately feels more modern thanks to the dual display system showing pressure and temperature in real time. Instead of constantly second-guessing what's happening internally, you actually feel informed while filling tanks. That psychological difference matters more than people think. Performance is where things become genuinely impressive. Filling a 1-liter cylinder to 300 bar in roughly 25 minutes completely changes the rhythm of a shooting day. Instead of planning your schedule around refill downtime, you just top off and keep moving. One friend described it perfectly after using it for the first time. He said it felt less like operating a compressor and more like using a modern appliance. That sounds exaggerated until you experience how straightforward it actually is. It is slightly heavier than some ultra-portable competitors though. Not terrible, but definitely something you notice if you move gear constantly between locations. For more opinions, see the link below. Number 2. Tuxing. This thing feels built for people who absolutely hate maintenance. No oil, no water cooling, no complicated procedures. You basically plug it in and start filling tanks like it's annoyed by unnecessary effort. The lightweight design becomes a massive advantage once you leave the garage. Tossing the tuxing into a truck or ATV feels easy enough that you stop debating whether bringing a compressor is worth the hassle. That freedom changes how often people actually refill in the field. Its LCD display also deserves credit because it removes so much uncertainty. Real-time pressure and temperature readings sound boring until you've used older analog systems that make you squint at tiny gauges wondering if you're about to overfill something expensive. There's also this polished feeling to the overall experience. The compressor doesn't behave like a budget compromise pretending to be premium. It genuinely feels refined enough for regular enthusiasts who want reliability without turning maintenance into another hobby. Did you like it? In the description, you can find the link for more details. Number 1. GX Pump S3. Some products immediately feel trustworthy the moment you touch them. The GX Pump CS3 absolutely lands in that category. The difference starts with the build quality. Everything feels tighter, more stable, more deliberate. The patented compression system with upgraded bearing support creates smoother operation that doesn't sound strained or exhausted under pressure. You can feel the engineering difference even before reading specifications. Living with this compressor is where it really dominates. The auto-stop system removes stress completely. The built-in moisture filtering adds peace of mind. And the fan cooling setup keeps operation simple enough that even newer PCP owners quickly become comfortable using it regularly. Then there's the portability factor. Home outlet, fine. Car battery in the middle of nowhere, also fine. That flexibility makes the compressor feel less like garage equipment and more like part of your shooting kit itself. If you're interested in this model, the link is just below. Well, that concludes our review of the 7 best PCP air compressor you can get right now. If you are interested in any of them, all the links are in the description. You can check the current prices or get a deal. And hey, there's also a free trial of Amazon Prime. 30 days, no shipping costs, faster delivery. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more top picks like this. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.